All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Monday. Well, listen, hopefully everybody's getting prepared for this hurricane. Let me tell you, I have a whole brand new clip of stocks I want to talk about. I think, I want to educate everyone a little bit more how to deal with it, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. But good to see everyone back here and get ready for this lovely morning on a Monday and brand new week, 5 weeks in this month of October. So really looking forward to it. But anyway, let's talk about the updates of what's going on. So today's the anniversary of I hate that word anniversary, but it is a year of the attacks on Israel. And you know what? Our thoughts and prayers for all those people. And this war is just absolutely ridiculous. That's been going on this long and whatever. But as traders, we have to look at what is being affected by it. And there are some stocks obviously performing very, very well. Lockheed Martin is looking ready for a breakout. Hopefully you guys have been watching and keeping a close eye on it. But LMT, I sold it and ended up buying it back for more money. You know what I mean? The only issue with Lockheed Martin and everything else is kind of expensive. There are other stocks out there that will do post up there. I'm going to post a couple of new videos on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, you want to call it, what to trade regarding about it. So I'm going to do two really, really cool segments. I'm going to talk about it pretty quick right now, but regarding with the war and the hurricane. But these stocks, you got to you got to keep a close eye on it, and don't go out there and short them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't short things that people are going to spend money. So anyway, let's think about this for a second. You've been here at Cyber Trading University. I've been doing this for over 30 plus years. Okay. And, I've been through, and a lot of us have been through, and seen what's happened over the years. And a lot of you want to get involved into the trading market and so on. But let's kind of put this in perspective. You can't, you saw what happened with COVID. You saw what happened with the financial crisis. You saw what happened. I talk about this all the time. You got a crisis going on right now. You got this big hurricane, another massive hurricane that's going to be hitting Florida. Okay. You saw the devastation that happened in North Carolina. All right. And you know what? There are stocks that are going to flourish due to what happened into the hurricane. So I want to talk about some stocks really quick that you guys need to be prepared of. And I will post this on my Twitter and, on my, all my stocks on my watch list. I'll do some really good shorts. So if you're watching on social media, make sure you like us, friend us, or ring the bell so you get those alerts and everything else. But there are a couple of stocks here that are obviously going to flourish from this. Okay. So you all know about Lowe's. Okay. Lowe's, what's going to happen with stocks like this? It's a home improvement retailer. People are benefiting from the increase of storm preparation, supplies, post-storm repairs, all that good stuff. So you got Lowe's and you got Home Depot, and you could see, they've been performing pretty well. They haven't really done that much, but everyone knows about those stocks. Okay. But there are a couple other ones I want to talk about. There's these other ones that this one is obviously really doing pretty well right now. Generac, I mean, obviously they're the ones that specialize on the, what do they do? Leading for generators and everything else. And obviously there's going to be a demand of people with outages and so on. Now, if I go back in history, I want to show you this really quick because right now it's trading on 168. If I go back, I just happened to look at this back in 2000. The stock was about 100. The stock was up to $500. One of the, obviously that was COVID. And I don't know why people were so interested in generators back then, but I know there was a very big jump in generators, even when Hurricane Sandy hit. But stock took a very big hit, and it's starting to come up. So even if you think it's expensive at 165, well, when you go back and I bring up this chart right here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like more of a gap fill that's going to be kicking in soon. So that one is obviously doing pretty well. What else I had here? There was this stock right here, XYL. This one specializes in water management and critical and flood recovery efforts. That's what this does. And it didn't really move too much, but I'm going to put it on my watch list. You got a couple other ones too. Masso. This one focuses on home building products. You'll probably see an increase in demand due to storm rebuilding. So this stock has been breaking all-time lifetime highs in the stock right now. This one looks pretty good. And then this one, maybe marine products. I mean, obviously they focus on replacing marine products, boats and braking and stuff. Very cheap stock. Not really moving too much. I'm going to put this on the watch list too. So these are my 5 stocks I want you guys to keep an eye on due to it. Now, I know, like I said, everyone knows the Home Depots, the Lowe's, but I don't know if you ever thought about water management, ever thought about the generators, all that good, all those crazy stuff. Those are like my top 5. I want to put those on the watch list. So keep an eye on those due to it. Now, listen, some of you probably not going to experience all this crazy stuff that's going on with this hurricane because, wherever you're in California or you're in different parts of the country or part of the world, you're in the Northeast. But these people are going to get affected. And if you haven't learned anything, and so what happened in North Carolina, I mean, I learned it through Hurricane Sandy. It's going through right now. So keep an eye. It's not going to, these are more swing trades. They're not pretty much more day trades, but they might make a move in the next several months, not several months, I mean, next month or two when they start posting their earnings. So we want to keep a close eye on those stocks right there. So that's my big Monday morning watch list to get prepared. Now, regarding about what we traded last week, for some of you here, a couple of good stocks that are moving right now that moved from last week, that moving this morning. TIGR, Tiger, this thing is just like a rocket. This thing just does not want to stop. You could see back in 2021, the stock had a really, really big move. The stock has continued to go higher. You could see here on just on the, in the past month, stock was $4 up to 14. Tiger's doing really well. Put this back on the watch list. TIGR. She's starting to get a little volatile. You could see right here, we got some good iceberg orders that showed up here around 1360 and 1340. It's coming up to a little bit of a big one right around 15. Now remember, this is just pre-market. This is not even when the market's opened up. So Tiger's doing really, really well on that stock right there. That's going to go back on the watch list. You see how day trades turn into swing trades, okay? CAPR, another one that's also continuing to move as a day trade into a swing trade. Stock is up about 400% on a swing trade. On a day trade, she's moving. I think she's kind of slowing down a little bit. I'm going to put this on the B list. CAPR, due to, still holding strong. If she holds there, this stock could also be a pretty good one. We had this one too. I'm just looking at my watches. ZIM, that was a pretty good short after coming down. EVGO, that was another one that did pretty well, not only on a day trade, but on a swing trade too. In the last 2 days, that thing ran from 5 to about 7. She's holding here pretty strong. Maybe we'll see, like I said, we have it on our watch list. Sometimes they will pick up. We'll see how it goes. PLTR, that was a fun stock. Just been really moving pretty nice over the course of the week. Started building some consolidation right around the $37, and finally it broke out a little bit. That stock has just been doing great. Jobby, another one that did pretty well last week. And Wheeler, WHLR, for all of you guys missed it. That one had a nice move last week too. And obviously now it's coming back down. So overall, pretty good week on some stocks that we traded, had some good moves. But let's turn the page. This is the brand new week. We're going to focus on this hurricane. It's going to be kicking in right around Tuesday night, Wednesday. We'll see how the devastation it does. They're really predicting with this storm surge. I couldn't even imagine seeing 12 to 15 feet. I did experience it here in Hurricane Sandy 20 years ago. And honestly, it's not even, I don't even think our issue we had here on Long Island was it wasn't the beaches, because they always build these beaches higher. It's the inland. Remember, the sewers come up, the water tide goes up. So it might be higher here and you got a big hill here, but these people are on the lower end and it's the inland. You got to be careful too. So this could be pretty dangerous. And, like I said, guys, be smart and be safe. I know Josh is in near the Tampa area. He's going to be moving out, trying to do the best he can to kind of go to the other side. He's, he's going to go on the east side, but that west side, you got to be careful. But like I told you, with all that devastation, they got to rebuild. And with rebuilding, these stocks obviously, unfortunately, benefit from that. All right, a couple of stocks also on the watch list I want to keep a close eye on. As you go through the big percentage gainers, we have this stock right here, PetZ. Very inexpensive stock, but she's got some iceberg orders hovering right around $2, $1.92. So she's holding here pretty, tight. PETZ. She did really well in the after hours yesterday, but she's not, I don't know. She's starting to back off a little bit here. So maybe you put this on the B list. GSIW. This one had a nice little pop early and then came back down. This stock got destroyed, went from $12. It could be a little dead cat bounce right here. GSIW. GSIW. I got to bring up my level 4 and see what we got going on over here. What we got going on. Shady on YouTube is asking me, what about gas stocks? Gas stocks really not going to bet very little. You know, that never really thought about gas stocks that would benefit from it. Those are really the top 5 that you focus on. And the reason how I know this, because I always been tracking stocks that are big in the industry due to certain catastrophes that happen. COVID, you know, you see those pharmaceutical stocks like Moderna and all them that came out with those. I mean, social media, stuff like that. You learn from your past. So those things got to, you know, so I wouldn't really think gas stocks will have anything to do with it. So anyway, the stock GSIW, you got some resistance levels right around here. Around $3, 60,000, 50,000 just in pre-market. Love the volume, 3.9 million. Number 3 on the list, up 22%. This stock just keeps making new higher highs, but the problem is the volume is awfully light on it. I do not like the chart, even though it went from 2 to 4. You know, not really what we're looking at on the way the chart is looking. Very spotty. By the way, I did a really good video on that on YouTube, so please go out there and watch it if you want to learn a little bit more about charting. These are all pretty much garbage. Not really seeing anything super exciting about any of those. All right, so Lace, unfortunately, here comes the short squeeze, right? We've had fun with this stock in the past month. Beautiful stock, ran from about $3 all the way to 20, and here comes the short. Unfortunately, I know it wasn't a lot of our short list, but I just thought I just want to throw that out there to kind of show you what happens when the stock makes a big run up like that. Napa looks like a buyout right there. Don't know what that, that one's a buyout. This one's going up pretty good. 2 million shares. Spread looks okay. Let me check on level 4 and see what we got here. MYTE. Do we have a good move on this stock right here? Little ladder effect, but she's starting to trend down. Again, there's a lot of red balls pushing it down. Not really too crazy about that. All right. It's Monday. We don't get too crazy. Lynn says MYTE. Yeah. Oh, that's the one I just brought up. Sorry, I just saw that right now. I misunderstood what you have out there. I'm not really too crazy about it, Lynn. I mean, we'll put it on the B list. MYTE. We'll put it on a B list. We'll keep an eye on it. All right. So anyway, it's Monday. Let's not get too crazy. Let's focus on maybe some of the more expensive swing trade stocks that might affect by the hurricane. We usually don't get too many stocks early in the gainers and losers list on the day trade, but we always find something that will move a little bit more when the market opens up. And usually takes about 10, 15 minutes until we find those stocks moving. Once again, if you're watching on social media, make sure you like us, friend us, ring the bell so you get the alerts. Make sure you subscribe to those channels, leave a comment, make sure you share for us. And we will be back here. We have Traders Talk today, so don't forget that too. We got that at 12 o'clock, so we'll see you then. And then everyone else, like we said, if you're new here to Cyber Trade University, you're in the Cyber Group room, just be very patient. Don't get too cocky and greedy, all right? And if you see something, say something. Good luck, everyone. Trade safe. And like I said, everyone be careful of this hurricane, all right? Don't be stupid. Be smart. Get out, all right? Don't sit there and try to weather it. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading.